In 1822, Mexico won its independence from Spain. After this, the new government encouraged people to move to the lower Rio Grande Valley by offering grants of land. The Santa Ana National Wildlife Refuge was originally a grant given to Benigno Leal of Reynosa in 1834. At this park, there is various trails that lead to different parts of the park. There is one in particular called Pintail Lakes Trail, and that one takes you to the edge of the Rio Grande River. Although these trails were not established at first when the land was given to Benigno Leal, over time they were put there, and even feeding stations are on the grounds of the park now so that the wildlife can stop and eat. Before it was called the Museum of South Texas History, this place was actually the Hidalgo County Jail in 1910. It was actually renamed in 2003 to reflect the culture of Texas and Mexico. The museum is divided into sections. It has a first floor and the second floor, and on the second floor is where all the sections are divided up into different eras of time. We start off with the dinosaurs, and then they move on to things such as the Civil War, the Mexican-American War, and in every section there is something that represents the culture of that era. I took this picture because I believe that back then it was before people farmed, people would move around a lot, and in finding a way to make food, people were able to stay in one place for a long time. And it not only provides food, but it also creates financial stability and jobs. Another way that humans have also impacted the geography of the United States and even just our surrounding area is oil. Back then, when oil was found, it brought in so many people, and they started building pipelines, and now we see, whenever we travel to Corpus or San Antonio, we see the oil refineries. This picture is of an oil well in 1919 in Mission, Texas, La Lomita well, and it is very famous because supposedly it is haunted. I never knew that there was actually an oil well there. I had heard that it was haunted, and I never actually knew that there was an oil well there in 1919. So, Edinburg, this is a map of the Edinburg Scenic Wetlands. There's a butterfly garden, a community garden, the native plant nursery, and the viewing blind or the dock. There is 2 ponds. Those 2 ponds were man-made, and the water that comes from there is from the Alamo water supply that drains from the water plant, and it drains onto there. The water that is behind me, that is one of the ponds, and it is not water that has been treated, so they don't let people fish because the fish are not edible. So around 2001 and 2002, the city of Edinburg was interested in the migration of birds and the environment that they were living in. So in 2003, they opened the Scenic Wetlands, and it was a stopover for butterflies and birds that would migrate from the north. This garden was opened in 2006, and it was in honor of the students, faculty, and anyone that has ever attended UTPA or worked for UTPA that dedicated their lives to their country.